Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, December 22nd, 2019. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, please check out my website at lisahopp.com. That's lisahopp.com. And if you're coming back, thank you so much. Every week, I am receiving positive feedback and testimonials that are very hard to find words to describe how grateful I am for them. They are so positive. So thank you is not enough, but I'm going to say it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's topic, and you know I crash course for this, guys, if you've listened to me before. Today's topic is the Christmas spirit and how you don't have to do and be everything. Isn't there so much pressure this time of year? I mean, I can understand why people want to be bah humbug. And here's the thing, you're pressured to feel it even if you don't celebrate Christmas, I bet, huh? Yes, you are. I know you are. The office parties, the Hallmark movies, which I know more of you love than you admit, the television shows, the Christmas markets, it's the lights everywhere. It's everywhere. And there's a lot of pressure, isn't it? To be ho 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 joyful. And there's especially pressure on us to make this season magical for those we love, especially our children. And every day I see a post or hear about a family who is stressed because they don't know how they're going to pull off Christmas, and they're asking for help. And I want to say that I want all of you to think about it. Think about the greatest memories that you have from Christmas in the past, or the holiday season altogether in the past. And how much of that magic was really about how many gifts you received. I thought about it this morning, and my greatest memories were the memories of my parents' Christmas Eve party every year, and the excitement of decorating our Christmas tree that day. And then, after decorating our Christmas tree, we would have to clean up and get ready for the company. And always, every year, we would get to order out dinner, takeout, of course, because company was coming. And we would be busy getting ready for company. And you see, when I was growing up, we didn't really eat out a lot. So it was an anticipated treat. Christmas Eve was the anticipation night of Christmas Day, but there was anticipation to Christmas Eve. So my greatest memories were the people arriving and sitting at the bar that we had in our family room, and the chips and dip, and the Christmas candy, and the Christmas cookies, and the laughter, and watching the Christmas service on TV at midnight, hearing John Lennon's Happy Christmas on the radio coming back from church on Christmas Eve. These had nothing to do with presents. Yes, I remember opening presents, but could I tell you how many? Absolutely not. And I would open them in record speed, and then it would be over. And then it was time to clean up the paper and get ready for Christmas Day. The greatest memories were the songs and the treats and the laughter. And that's all you have to provide. Yes, I understand the desire to want to give your child or your niece or your nephew or your grandchild the present that they asked for. But I can honestly tell you that when they're older, their memory will not be of that number one gift that they asked for in 2019. It'll be the memories, the colors, the food, the laughter, the traditions. What kind of traditions do you have? I told you a couple of mine. The one thing I don't do, though, I do not wait until Christmas Eve to decorate my tree. But I do have a real tree. I have a fake tree. Yeah, I guess it is a fake tree. A fake tree in my family room and a real tree in my living room. And I also have another fake tree in my dining room. So I have trees. That's one tradition I did not carry over. But I still bake. I still like to do something Christmas Eve because I feel Christmas Eve is special. When I was a young adult, we started tracking Santa. And, okay, I gotta tell you guys, I still believe St. Nicholas existed. He was a real person, and every year I celebrate, personally, the birth of Christ, and I celebrate the deeds of St. Nicholas. They are traditions. They are anniversaries. They are real. And so when you struggle, young parents, with the quote lie of Santa Claus, and what's Santa? I think Santa Claus is kind of like, it's one of those things that's passed down over the years. So it went from St. Nicholas to, let's just call it St. Claus, and then Santa Claus. I don't know. There's tradition there too about that name, isn't there? Father Christmas. There's different names for Santa Claus, but it all originates in some form to St. Nicholas. So I celebrate his existence and his deeds. And that's how I've turned it over the years. And I still love to see his helpers every year. 2 Santas on a fire truck went by me this year, and I waved excitedly like a 5-year-old. The magic of Christmas, the spirit. I appreciate Santa's helpers, or St. Nicholas's helpers, or Father Christmas's helpers. I appreciate them. They're carrying on the tradition. They're celebrating the holiday spirit. But I think we get caught up, don't we, in getting those items, getting those deals. Now we've totally thrown, and I talked about in a previous podcast, we've totally thrown Thanksgiving out the door in order to celebrate Christmas. We actually this year tried to bypass Halloween, and that, if you know me for half a second, you don't do that. That's a no-no. That is a no-no. But literally one of these days, instead of the little celebration of Christmas in July that we see on the home shopping networks and perhaps at our friend circles, I would not be surprised if over the years we are starting to celebrate Christmas in July. I won't have it. But let's be careful. Let's be careful. I think, though, we celebrate it earlier more and more because we need it more and more, don't we? We need the festivities. We need the heightened attempted joyfulness. We need the escape. So I kind of understand it. This is a hard world at times, isn't it? And so we reach out for that better feeling, for that higher feeling. And so I understand why Christmas is pushing itself upon the year there. But honestly, it's meant for the winter months. And it is based on traditions. It's actually based, by the way, on pagan holiday. On a pagan holiday, Christmas is. A lot of its traditions. And then we started to blend them all together with Christianity. and with other traditions. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a magnificent, wonderful, meant to be beautiful time of year. So when you are online waiting for that opportunity to get that perfect item, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, by the way, but when you put yourself under the pressure of having to be perfect and having to score all the presents on the long list, I want you to keep in mind that your little boy or girl, or that little one that you love, that is a grandchild or a niece or nephew, when they are 25, 30, when they are parents, what they will be remembering are the traditions. The traditions. Not the Elmo that you gave them when they were 2 years old. Or the Cabbage Patch doll when I was 20 that everyone was scammering for. They won't remember that. They may, but most likely it'll be the traditions. The traditions are what we love. The traditions are what we carry forward. Every year, I have a new tradition. I have a ladies' wine gathering, which is not just wine. It is, well, all kinds of drinks. Non-alcoholic too. I spoke of it before. It started a few years ago, and now it's something I want to carry forward. It's in the evening or the day. It is for adults, yes, but it's a tradition. So you don't even have to have childlike traditions. But back to the children. My son is an adult, and he still looks forward to the baking. He still looks forward to opening one gift on Christmas Eve. He still looks forward to Christmas Day dinner. These have nothing to do with how many gifts he receives. It's about the camaraderie. It's about the group. It's about the love. It's about love. That's what Christmas is supposed to be all about. Love. All caps. Love. So if you are one of those people who are struggling with coming up, or have struggled with coming up because we're close to the holiday now, coming up with those presents, coming up with having to give to people and feeling the stress, or saying I can't do it and I have to say I can't do it. It's okay. A gesture, a gift in some other way, something kind. When I used to want to give to everybody at my work, but there was no way, I would bring in cookies for everyone. And they would get so excited. They loved their cookies. It was to gesture. It was a treat. Perhaps you sew. Perhaps you crochet. Perhaps you re-gift. The Dalai Lama will tell you that a re-gifting is the greatest compliment to the original giver. It tells them that your gift is worthy of paying it forward. It's okay to re-gift. Just don't re-gift a cat in a Jell-O box. Shout out to Christmas Vacation. Perhaps it's offering to clean the house for a day, or run an errand, or watch a dog. It doesn't have to be an expensive gift. It's just about the traditions, the joyfulness, the kindness, For your children, set up the traditions. Set up the excitement. Make it about love. And they will carry it forward and have the best Christmas. And if you need to ask for help in every way. If you need it with gifts, ask for it. If you need it because this is a very emotional time of year, call the hotlines. Reach out to a friend. Reach out to a family member. Do not have to be in this alone. This time of year can be hard. As my podcast talked about last week, many of us feel the vacancy, the deep crater of our loved ones who are no longer on earth. It's all right to ask for help. It's also all right to include them in your celebrations, to talk to them, to say to them, because they hear you. They hear everything you think, everything you feel, and everything you say. It's all right to say, I miss you. Let me know you're here. Override my emotions. Override my stress. Let me know you're here. They will do it. But be open, because it may come those signs in unexpected ways. This year can be lonely. This time of year can be sad. But you're not alone. I told you before as well in a previous podcast that one year is having a particularly really bad year emotionally, and my grandmother moved photos in front of me. You know she did it again this year? She did it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They love us, and they want us to know they're there. So this year, with the time that we have left, step back, celebrate. Celebrate the love you have for those around you. Laugh. Establish traditions that you'll carry forward every year. Make a big deal of the 1 or 2 gifts that you manage to give if you are limited. Be excited, be happy. Reiterating, make it about love. And then get ready for the new year, because it's going to be quite a ride. It's going to be quite a ride, but overall a positive one. Now I'm going to be leaving you guys right now because I've got to get ready for my group who do not care if my house is clean, do not care how much food I serve, are just excited to be with each other, with me, but I still have to get ready. I still have to make it the best, because it matters. Because I love them and it matters. And that is all I'm supposed to do today, is try my best and then laugh and enjoy myself with those I love. Make it about that, listeners. It's not supposed to be a material time of year. You're allowed to call it in with presents. Do something fun. Go visit the lights. Watch the movies together. Make it special. Thank you so much again. When I talk to you again, Christmas will be over. Well, at least the day. I don't know if you're like me, but I celebrate it into January. I wait for what I call the 3 wise guys to show up. But till next week, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. Make it the best one ever. Thank you again and many blessings.